If you invite 3 people a day to your webinar or in front of this information, or you do it yourself, that's 3 people a day. One is going to show up. Okay, that's 5 people per week. That's 15 people per week. So if you recruited just one person per week, that's still 52 people in a year. Now, I know that it's not a perfect world, but if you just kept at it and stay focused and use it one day at a time, and the more the more you're at it, the more your skill set is going to get stronger. Because if you call me and say, I did this, and I'm saying, well, why didn't you say this? So I would have said, see, you're going to get stronger. So next time you're faced with that objection or that crap that somebody's telling you, you're going to be able to come back and punch them in their eye and say, boom. And they go, well, I'll join today. See, the more you stay engaged and focused and doing it every single day and one day at a time, you will start to see what we call the compounding effect of your business over a period of time. I got this quote from Hector. We were eating after our training when Ivy came out here, I think in February or something like that. It said, it's funny how people feel like 2 or 3 years is a long time to build a business or to create wealth, but working a job for 40 years is okay. Oh, that was nasty right there. Because, see, here's the deal. The bottom line is this, folks. It's about changing your mindset. Think about it. Your financial situation or even your health didn't get in this state the way it is right now and overnight. It took what? Time or process, right? And that's funny because my husband was gone. My weight got a little bit over. I'm sitting at the desk, so I went to the hospital this week, and the doctor told me, you're freaking 187 pounds. And then they took my blood, and so it's some things. I looked in the mirror. So you got to make the decision. Takes that long to make a change. I said, I'm tired of my body moving when I'm moving. I'm tired of these big, greasy fat rolls coming on my body. I don't like what I see when I look in the mirror. Now, my old man Bill is going to pacify me, patronize me, tell me I still look good. I'm telling you right now, the old man won't take no big, fat, greasy woman to no ball. I don't want to go with him looking like that. I'm promoting me. Especially if I was in a health and nutrition company, they're going to be telling me, you trying to lose weight and you weigh what? You trying to promote me, recruit me? See, you got to be your number one recruiter. So when you say the words to yourself like this, I'm not focused, I'm not patient, you put yourself out of the opportunity before you even start. You have to learn to relax and be in what I call the now state. I call it being in the moment. Stop attempting to control everything. That's why we're called human beings, because we are being in the moment. So you have to be able to know what you know and let go what you don't know. I'm going to say that again. Did y'all get that? That was nasty right there. You have to be able to know what you know and let go what you don't know. Don't be overwhelmed and stop talking yourself out of the opportunity you seek to change your own standard of living. I had to call me yesterday on my downline. I just called to tell you that I'm not going to be working the business anymore. I canceled my subscription. I said, oh, okay. I was on the phone. Let me ask you a question. You just made E5. He's called me, tell me he made E5, which is good. I'm happy for him. He called me to notify me he quit getting his own money from his taxes. This was Chinese numbers. Because I said, let me ask you this question. See, he talked himself out of this. So he figured, well, I guess I don't require the money for my e-con because I already made E5. I got a pay raise. Dummy, your pay scale done changed. Your taxes changed because you're making more money. Your pay scale changed. You got promoted, so that means they're going to take more on the taxes. You don't want to exchange $29.95, buy from your own mall, keep your own receipts, come to me at the end of the year, send your link out every now and then to somebody, and then say, Sanna, can you do my taxes? I said, you must be doing Chinese math because them numbers ain't adding up. It just don't add up to me. I said, don't get me wrong. I am by no means attempting to drag you out of them to drag you along. Because if you don't want your own money, it ain't affecting me one way or the other. I know facts and I know numbers. See, this is the kind of skill set you want to develop when you're training and you're talking to your team and they tell you some foolishness. I just get this right, baby. You telling me you don't want to exchange $29. If you don't want your own money, guess what I told them? I don't even want you on my team. See, I pick and choose who I want to recruit. You don't pick me, I pick you based upon the qualities that I think that you deserve to come along with me because I know I got something that brings value to your life. So on another note, we're going to talk about Hawaii. No, okay, let's talk about Hawaii. He went to Hawaii again, right? Busting right in his eye again. Oh, that's good. I mean, it is what it is for me. See, you got to be able to pull people out of their comfort zone and tell it is like it is. It is what it is. Because he's already talked himself out in all these disempowerment words on because he got problems with recruiting. Well, I didn't feel like I could recruit anybody. Did I tell you got to recruit anybody in my econ? I said you got to keep proper documentation. You know how many hours by law you required to work your business? I asked him. He said 7. I said, wrong. You ain't did no training in your back office. It's 3. And that means mentioning your business, being on your website, sending somebody to your website, forwarding email because it's an internet business. So if you don't recruit another person in my econ, stay with me, y'all. This is important. If you don't recruit another person in my econ, if you keep proper documentation, live in your mall, keep proper documentation. As long as you got a job, you would never have to pay federal taxes. Shoot your link out every now and then because it's an internet-based business. You got proof. Your receipt is your proof. You're working on your internet. You buying stuff in your own mall. It didn't say you had to recruit somebody. It says you must be in an attempt to do business. So that was another way of him giving me what I call an excuse, which is a well-rehearsed lie. He said, if I think about starting my business back, I'll call you. He said, don't call me. Please don't call me. Activate it and build it. Don't call me. Sure, I'll be in my back office every day. I mind my business. Do you think? I said, did you get a call from me, from anybody on my team? Did they tell you about tomorrow's training? He said, no. I said, exactly, because I had no desire to call you because you deactivated your business. You called me. When you're ready to get started, you call me. I'm not dragging nobody. This ain't welfare. I'll give a helping hand, but I'm not giving no handout to nobody. Man, I would DX a person in a heartbeat. I ain't dragging nobody. Now, I don't mind helping somebody. Don't get me wrong. I love helping people. But what I'm not going to do is force you to help you. What? Help you? As Kay say, go choke yourself. Okay. You have to start using words of empowerment versus disempowerment. Learn how to become victorious versus a victim. Then you would start to subconsciously start to reward yourself. Doubt is the space between fear and faith. You see, folks, here's what doubt does to you. Doubt keeps you disappointed, guilty, and ashamed all at the same time. Let me give you an example. When I presented this business opportunity to people, and they would say to me, I have to talk it over with my wife, my spouse, my significant other, the dog catcher, the man down the street. You know, that's really just an excuse when they tell me that what they're really saying is they don't want to be involved in my opportunity instead of having the balls to say that. And see, you don't want to offend people. I'm not saying I want y'all going out there cussing people out. I'm saying that you get your skill set, the more people you talk to, the more you're going to learn how to be responding to people. And we're going to have training on this once a month on how to neutralize objections, how to talk to people. This is how you get stronger, by getting on this training once a month. See, this ain't about no webinar or recruiting nobody. This is about working on you. You had enough confidence and belief in me, I'm going to give you some stuff to make you test some people up out there. You're going to be stone cold recruiter. But you got to get yourself plugged in to get that information. Because that's really just an excuse for them not wanting to tell me that they don't want to join my opportunity. See, you know, in life, I rarely hear people say to me after hearing a meeting that they are going to discuss this opportunity that I just exposed them to somebody that's already wealthy, to somebody that's already been successful in a business or network marketing. Because a lot of people want to be wealthy, but they haven't even put in the time to build their business. A lot of people see the end result of things and figure you just got that overnight. You think Michael Jordan got that way overnight? He did what? He hired them a shooting coach. He kept shooting over and over and over again. You got to stay in motion. Keep doing it till you get your skill set stronger. You got to keep talking to more people. And most network marketing companies, most people sell the dream and do a lot of hyping up. They just selling the dream, and they do a lot of hyping people up. No, we're not about that in my econ. We're going to ask you a couple questions. I'm going to train you on get on these webinars. I'm going to show you how to talk to people, how to ask 1 or 2 questions, and how to neutralize objections, and how to pick and choose the people you desire to be in your business. See, we like the Marines. We ain't after everybody. We just after a few good men. We in the people business, not a person business. See, we're not gonna get caught up if one person don't join your organization, your business. Kick rocks and flip flops, as Bill says. Next, because if you can't teach me step by step what we do in my econ, how to create wealth, then what are you really teaching me? What you're really teaching me if you're talking about a bunch of hype? Do you know there's people in my econ that have never taught the W4 form and they still talking product and rah, rah, rah? Because all they're really teaching is philosophy. Because what's going to happen, the person join your business, you don't take them through the My Debt Reduction site to get that W4 training. You don't take them to the My Econ training. You just talking you can make $1 million. That's hype. That's philosophy. Because being wealthy or experiencing it actually is saving the money on your taxes or showing people someone else how to do it isn't something you can explain unless you actually lived it or you've done it or you've experienced it. Well, we save money on taxes. I hear people say that always. I go to another network marketing company. How? Quit talking theory to me and show me. See, you're going to develop your skill set to be able to do that. To be able to take somebody to lunch with a scheduled fee. And be able to show them the 3 different scheduled fees. This is what you got. This is this person with a business. This is this person without a business. This is the person that made money in business. That's a skill set. That's the time you put into your back office with my econ on how to build your business. In order for you to live the dream, you must produce the dream. You have to be the master. You have to master the emotional skills to be successful. Let me give you an example. I'm normally turned up to a 10 all the time, but I know how to turn from a 10 to a 1. I went and gave a presentation, my econ presentation to a lady that owned the daycare that Will and Malcolm, we met at an expo. It's a daycare. It's quiet there. So as big as my mouth is, now this is a skill set. And as crunked up as I am, I already watch my environment. So I asked Malcolm, what do you see when you see all these babies laying on the floor? Malcolm said he saw kids. I said, I see kids that's attached to parents that deserve a pay raise to be in my econ. So we got in there to give a presentation. I can't talk because I know my voice carries and I get excited. So guess what I did? I went to SannaGarrett.net. I created tools for a reason. Went to SannaGarrett.net, clicked on the My Econ video, and did like this. I sat there. This is how the lady was engaged on the video. Her mother and her husband was in there. What? We need that. So we got to be quiet. We're in the daycare. I'm sitting there like this. I put the baby on my lap. I was like, shh. Now, y'all know what she was expressing on the outside. It was clearly on the inside with me. But that's a skill set that sometimes you just got to shut your freaking mouth and be quiet and listen to people. It's a skill set to listen to people. The best people that make it in my econ are people like the Shirley, the Malcolm, the Kays, the people that be quiet and listen. Quincy don't talk a lot. Quincy, one of them stealths I call. Shirley's a stealth. Shirley type person, drop something on you and keep it moving. See, that's a skill set you develop. For people like me, I had to learn how to shut my freaking mouth and listen sometimes. Because you got to listen to them and be able to come into another person's world. That's something I had to learn. I wasn't born with that. See, I learned how to quit talking about a whole bunch of nothing. With my mentor, he shut my mouth, shut me down. Sometimes you just got to call people on their mess. So you got to have to master the emotional skills to be successful. So I was quiet. Can y'all believe it? I know y'all probably don't. But I was quiet for 23 minutes. I was. I ain't lying. Malcolm was with me. Malcolm walked out of that daycare with me. He had his calculator. He was giving the numbers. Boom, 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 boom. The lady said, not only do I want you to sign me up on Monday at noon, I want you to do my staff. Sign my staff up on Tuesday. Come and get the same presentation. Boom. And then come and do all 68 of my parents. This is that Michael Jackson. Do them on the 21st of this month. Boom. That's a skill set. We walked out of there, Malcolm. Now, Malcolm, the quiet one. How about he jumped at me and gave me a hug? I was like, we got to turn the corner so they won't see we excited. Turn the corner. Keep it cool. Keep it cool. Believe me, I wanted to jump on Malcolm's back that day. But see, that's the skill set where I had to keep it cool. See, some of y'all already cool. Some of y'all already got that swagger. That, like Will. We went out, me and Will and Malcolm went out to that expo. Upstairs because I like to stay in Motown. I like to have fun. Because, see, I know my stuff, so I just like clown anyway. I'm a clown. The guy said, what y'all do, this older man? I said, you don't know what we do? Boom! Asked him. Will said, well, see, what we do here is we help people create wealth by showing them how to free up fire. Will tore that thing up. He was beating them up. I was like, bam! See, me, Will, and Malcolm, we were in what you call slow motion. He had no idea I was going to put him in a hot seat and say what we do. See, Will got drive. He said, son, I want to hang with you. I'm going to come out and do what you're doing. Can I hear you talk to people on the phone? See, if you want to develop your skill set, if you want me to help you, call me and I'll do a 3-way and show you how to get people on the webinar. Will called me. I didn't call Will. That's a leader. Those are the people I deserve to be with, that deserve my time. You got to qualify people for your time. And Will went out there and punched that man in his eye. Will, you got to make sure you call me to get the rest of these numbers because I ain't had time to call them. You got to have more leads than time, folks. So when you're setting goals, clearly defined goals. It's great to have a few huge goals and aspirations, but your goals got to meet your reality. So many people have big aspirations and their habits, what you call, suck. They say they want stuff, but what they doing don't line up. And I call them get your broke tail butt talking a whole bunch of stuff, doing a whole bunch of nothing away from me. See, I'm going to keep it real with people. One thing, I'm not a great person. Either like me or you just freaking hate me. It just is what it is with me. And when I meditate, I ask for forgiveness for people that I've offended, and I forgive people that say crazy stuff to me. That's part of my meditation. You gotta get time to you. I get up real early before I go to the gym because now I'm working out. These fat rolls ain't going away. I get up about 3 o'clock. I gotta fumble around the house. I mop the floor because I ain't got no house cleaner yet. But I hate my house being dirty, so I got to give myself time to get engaged. I got to stretch before I go to the gym to stretch. I take the dog for a walk. See, my habits are lining up. If I'm saying I'm big, fat, and greasy, and I ain't doing nothing about it, here's what you are, a whole bunch of air, a whole bunch of talking about nothing. You see, they say they're going to do something, go out and recruit the world, but don't want to put the time and the effort into watching their videos, even then they back off. Don't even know we got a team website. See, this is when you must change. The discipline factor comes into place when you have to step into the balance box and hit the curveballs and the fastballs. You must have reflexes to the outcome that you seek in life. Sales is the highest paid profession in the world. You must become a master seller. You must be able to control your destiny. Let me tell you, but if you try to control, then your control, watch this. If you try to control, then your control, you will become out of control. Did y'all get that? Want me to say it again? Huh? Thank you, Will. Let me tell you, sales is the highest paid profession in the world. People tell me, I don't want to sell nothing. Baby, I don't need. I'm glad you said that. See, I got something to neutralize everybody's crap. Because people were conditioned by society to give you a knee-jerk response to telling you no. Baby, I don't want to sell that neither. Do you want to save money in your tax? Do you want to learn how to increase $500 your paycheck? That's what I asked you. I'm asking the doggone questions. I'm in control. Sorry, y'all. Sales is the highest paid profession in the world. If you become a master seller, you can control your destiny. But if you try, T-R-Y, to control, then your control, you will become out of control. I'm just saying. You got to have resolve. Resolve means you will not be denied a quality that never goes out of fashion. You don't want to be denied, which is what I consider to be a winner's mentality. See, you can't be a whitey button with me because I'm not going to hear all that foolishness. I'm focused. I don't have time for that. My husband getting out of the army in 15 months and I got to move at warp speed. I don't have time on this journey to drag nobody. I did that before I got seasoned. I was doing this the slow way, I call it, before I met my mentor, Ivy, and them. I was dragging people, paying for people to sign up. Get out of here with all that foolishness. I ain't paying for nothing. If you want it, go get it. I kicked about 3 people that called themselves in my out of my office this week. Get on out here, kick rocks. Y'all ain't serious. See, when you start to have this type of desire that no one can stop you, when you have aspirations and a desire that's bigger than your problems, then you will reach your goal. See, your aspiration and your desires. Some days I go by and forgot I even ate. I can't tell with the fat rolls, but something, that was before Bill came on. Anyway. So you got to have, when you have aspirations and desires that's bigger than your problems, then you'll reach your goal. And it can work vice versa. You'll begin to, if you don't, you'll begin to procrastinate. I call procrastination the largest nation. I can't stand people telling me they're going, I'ma do a whole bunch of nothing. See, fundamentals are the key to be patient, and then patience is where you must have discipline. Most people try to be successful, but don't practice it. Try, that's all they're doing. Try is a negative word, meaning tomorrow, really yesterday. Meaning it ain't going to happen. Try really means yesterday. If you want a Mercedes and you can't afford it, then set your goal for your first car to be a used Mercedes, or a used Cadillac, or whatever it is. I'm just giving you an example. Most people set goals so unrealistic, they never achieve anything that keeps them, and it keeps them disappointed. When you let go of the outcome, which means you let go of the big things that you have to give your self-esteem. See, your self-esteem is how you love and feel about yourself. I love me so much. I would marry me, I told my husband last night. I told him some other stuff that I can't say on the phone. That's incriminating. But I said I would marry me. If you wouldn't marry you, if you wouldn't want to be around you, who you think gonna follow you? I love me so much that it overflows with the love that I give to my team. And then sometimes giving love is tough love. Sometimes you gotta say some stuff as a leader. You know that you got it as a leader. You gotta get Article 15 as a commander. First sergeant, you just gotta counsel soldiers. Those ain't the fun things, but that's part of your job, ain't it? Huh? See, because shiny objects are confidence with no real feelings. It's imperative that you must learn to love and be comfortable with yourself first. If you can't love yourself, how can you give yourself to anybody else? See, this is where your mindset gets stronger by getting involved in this training. Ask yourself this: would you marry you? If you don't put yourself first to love you, then how can you possibly give love to somebody else unconditionally? See, I do for people what I do for my heart. I don't do it if you do this, I do that. If I give it to you, you take it, and what you do with it? I gave my sister a truck. She sold the truck right after I gave it to her. She didn't like it. And I had it for 5 years. It was paid for. You called it now in my third one, fourth one, I don't know how many of them bought. She had my nieces and nephews with my bootleg sister was on drugs, and she ended up with my great nieces and nephews. Not my nieces, my great ones, my sister's grandbabies. She sold the truck, and she thought I was going to be mad. She said, if I sell this truck and if I give you some money, will you be mad? I said, first of all, you don't have to give me any money, but thank you, I'll take it. What you do with that truck is your business. I don't have the right to be mad at you because you did something with something I gave you. I didn't give this truck to you under no conditions. See, I'm leading y'all unconditionally. Whether if you come with me or not, I'm going to keep going. And my self-worth and my self-esteem is not built on y'all recruiting. It's built on me going to get in and believing enough in myself. My self-esteem and my self-worth is not built upon my husband's paycheck. It's built upon what I'm going to go get and live a good life. So when he can walk out of the Army, it's going to be my pleasure to say, baby, what option do you want, to work or not to work? That is the question. God, I'm preaching this thing today. I'm going to tell it on the mountain. Let me tell you, when people say no to not joining your business, you will begin to take it personal, and you'll begin to perpetuate feelings that leave you disappointed and sad. And they will end up quitting your business. People never achieve their goals because they are so used to exchanging their time for dollars. 114 years ago, guess what? 80% of the population was self-employed. Now the percentage is only 47% because most people want a handout. The educational system has taught people how to only use their left brain, and that's the left side. That's the thing that makes you think. The right side is how you feel. That's why I ask people, tell me how you feel about what you just learned. Give me 2 things about what you just liked about what you heard about our presentation. I didn't say what you think about what you heard because I don't want them on that left side. I'm on the right side. Most of your dreams, most people's dreams have been washed out by the time they were 25 years old. When you are around the wrong people, the negative, stinking thinking people. See, stinking thinking, it creates a neurological nerve in your body because when you are just in a survival state or basically just existing in life, waiting for a handout from your job, from the government, waiting for somebody to make something happen for you, you're not focused because your brain is not where it's required to be for you to be all you can be and give 100% of who you really are because you was beat down as a society so bad to be told you got to have a job, okay? People are just going through life to do what I call existence. If all you got to learn how to live before you die. I treat every day like it's my last day. It's time that you wake up and dream big and begin to make your reality. If money wasn't an issue, how would you live? If you don't realize your dreams and all you're doing is wishing and hoping. There's a huge difference between someone who just wishes and someone who does and is doing. Who are you? Who are you being is a direct reflection of who you are attracting. Let me give you an example. One day I had a lady tell me in a setting that I attract so many men that they just act like they want to join my business, but all they really want is to have sex and try to get with me. I said, I understand. Because see, I don't want to offend anybody, but I'm going to keep it real. He said, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been molested by your father, your uncle, your brother, or a sibling, or somebody like that? Because see, here's what's happening to her. She don't even realize it subconsciously. Subconsciously, She was drawing people into her life that only have motives to mistreat her, and she didn't even realize it. Nice lady, she just didn't know it was happening. Great video that you should get is a video called The Secret. Because it's the moment that you let go of control is when you start to become successful. I used to think when I was the first time, everything got to be right, get it right, just right. Man, put the tools on, nothing they're going to do. Everybody going to do nothing 100% the way you're going to do it. If your team can do something 80% of what you can do, it's okay. It ain't that serious. Here's the deal. The only way you can become the person you know you can be is when you take the risk for the reward. With calculated risk, you can't listen to people who are broke physically as well as broken emotionally. Most people are dream killers and dream stealers, so be careful who you tell your dreams to, because not everybody, they don't want to see, they don't have the best interest and want you to succeed. Dream stealers are what I call emotional vampires, and they suck, and they will suck you dry if you allow them to. They will attempt to tell you false ideas about your dreams, about your business. Tell you my econ is a con business. They just telling you people, they stealing money, you going to jail. My econ, we have our $1,000 bonus system per week for every 7 people that you recruit, which is a great way to create wealth. But to get this bonus, you must do what I call, get your ass in that chair and start talking to people, get on that phone. Which means you got to be focused and get you in a space to where you can sit and set goals and get results. So even if you're at work, set some time up. If you don't have a routine in place to achieve your goals, you will not make it. You're not going to make it to what I call the LOP, the land of paradise. In the past, most of my top producers was the most organized, as in having a method in living and doing their business. One of the top producers I want to give a shout out to, I've seen K Cats who came over here, Sanna. Listen, I require some of your time, and these are some ideas that I have. See, I didn't tell her to come over here. She called me and said, hey, can I get an hour? I said, you got to come over, and I'll train you right after the meeting. And she brought some stuff over here that can take not only her team, but she's going to share this with you, Sanna. We can do some training on it. Okay, good. See, I didn't tell her to do that. See, I didn't lead her that. She said, I have a desire. Learn how not to be overwhelmed and thinking that you have to learn everything and do everything in one day. Life is a process, folks. And as you are learning, you are evolving and learning how to become a better person. This is when you must learn to let go of clearly defined short-term goals. A clearly defined short-term goal is tomorrow, a week, a month, or 90 days. A daily method of operation is where you have a daily system to where you know how to produce results systematically, and you have to do it over and over and over again, to where it's just like breathing for you. I've been doing the Debbie 4 form for 15 years, the 4 pages, page 1, page 2, the deeply in debt, and the pay-as-you-go pages, 4 pages, over and over again. Over and over again. I just taught it on post, the Debbie 4 form, and I had a guy come in my house yesterday and say, all I want to know, Miss Garrett, is what business can I start, and can I be in one with you? When you have them coming in your house and falling in your lap like that, that's a skill set that you develop. I deserve that because I paid my $10 at the door. I taught this on post because I have so much passion for what I'm doing. It radiates onto other people. When you have a passion for something and you perfect it, then it will automatically create a profit for you. This is how you become a professional. Shut out the voices that don't deserve or warrant your time. Your time is your most prized possession because you can never get that back. Give time for your results to show. Gotta give it some time. Don't come here and say you're going to be making $1 million on my econ today. It's a process. Don't pay attention to someone else. And more importantly, don't compare yourself to somebody else. You don't know. The sweat equity that people put into something to get where they are. A lot of people come in my house or been in my house and say, oh, I want this right now. I had a lady that literally built her house, came to visit me, one of my mortgage broker clients, came to visit my house. So she didn't have a place to stay. Her house was being, she was closing on her loan. I said, so you stay with me. I'll let anybody stay with me. I don't care. My kids don't like it. Sometimes my husband helped me out because he'd be like, no. Thank God for them. They keep me balanced because I've been blessed with so much. I come from nothing, humble beginnings, and I don't mind giving back. But sometimes I require a little balance for people to hold me back. She came on my house and she gave me $25,000. I just met this. They hadn't known a few weeks cash. And said, can you hire the people to build my house like yours, to have everything added on, renovate like you? I said, but you retired, you don't have. She said, I don't care, I want what you got. What she didn't know is that every piece of my house that I was renovating was every year for 8 years. I did a little piece every summer, every winter. I built on. It just didn't happen overnight. She saw the end result and wanted what I had. As a result of that, she calls me and asks me, can she borrow some money because she pissed all her money away. And guess what I tell her? I'm going to give you something this time, but I require you to do this for me, make some phone calls, because I'm not giving you nothing. I told you not to do that. The only person you have to compete with is guess who? Yourself. Learn how to become a master asker when it comes to qualifying a person to join your enterprise. All this happens over a career, over time, not in just a day. I was a hot mess, y'all. I'm going to be transparent. When I was on active duty, when I was 31 years old, when I first met Ivy and them in Hawaii, I used to cuss people out. We used to sign people up. We used to have a check, and we used to do an application, a real piece of paper, right? I used to tell soldiers, if you ain't got your MF money, no, this is bad. I'm being transparent. I'm telling you, I was a hot mess. I was what Dr. Foy called IOF, ignorance on fire. They used to come in. First, I had Hoochie Mama's tights on, thinking I was hot. I was 31. I'm being transparent. Because, see, I'm not who I am just about today. It was a process. Trust and believe. Ivy and Dr. Foy poured into me over 8 years I was with them. And I used to tell people, if you don't have your MF and money, your check, I ain't even going to give you no pretext. You better have your check to join before I get it to you. Now, that's strong arming people. That was my mother in disguise. I used to hold formation. People, I got so many before, just hold formation. You can't do all that. You got to get people to guide you because they believe in you and believe in what you're doing. It takes you 2 years just to get acclimated in network marketing. That's why in colleges, they don't require you to declare your major for a year or two because they know you got to get situated and figure out what's going on in the college life first. It takes a first certain skill set that you have to develop this, and it takes time. Once you have paid your dues and you feel like you're ready, then you go from being ready to being proactive, productive. If you're not realistic about what you do on a daily basis in order to reset desired goals you set, then you're just living a pipe dream because it's imperative that what you do, your daily habits match your goals. Quit saying you're going to make your $1,000 and you ain't talking to nobody today. That's a freaking lie. If you have big goals and small habits, then you are setting up yourself up for what I call failure. In other words, if you treat your business like a business, then you get business money. But if you treat it like a hobby, then you get hobby money. The same effort you put into your freaking job, give it to your business. When I was working in station at the Pentagon, there were people who would commute 2 hours a day to their job. But in that same breath, they would tell me that they have a problem with focusing on their business when they get home because there are too many distractions. What? See, that's why you have to master the emotional discipline factor. Don't let people rob you of your energy. Devote your energy. You have to devote your energy to where it is deserved and not needed. Who deserves my time? I decide that. Not everybody deserves your time. You have to ask yourself this. What's going to bring you, or what's going to bring me the best return on not my investment, my energy? What's going to bring me the best return on my energy? If you want to upgrade your lifestyle, you have to find the best return of your energy. Who deserves your freaking time? Everybody in your business don't deserve your time because they talk about let me tell you, a downline to get you on the phone, tell you about the dog, the cat, the mother, the father, the sister, the brother, all that foolishness. They tell you about all that stuff that's what I call a whole bunch of nuts. And so I'll stop them. I'm seasoned and say, Kay, Kim, Jim, John, whoever they are, I want to get you back focused because I have a lot of business going on. And what is the reason for your call? Because when they call me, I say I'm very busy, but what can I do for you? That lets them know subconsciously, don't call me with that crap. Because to be successful in this industry, it's imperative that you got to have more leads than time. You got to have more people to talk to than you got time in the day. I have that. I just showed Tina and Malcolm yesterday how to get on where they're chatting on Facebook and type in some stuff and say, hey, what's going on, man? What you doing? I ain't heard from you on time. What you doing tonight? What you doing tonight? I don't even have time to follow back on them. They won't get on the phone. I told Malcolm, hey, Malcolm, if you follow back up with these people and get them on the webinar, I'll let you have them. I got more people than I can shake a stick at than to talk to in my business. That's why I have several websites. That's why, they all serve a different purpose. This is what it boils down to, folks. It's so easy to make leads in internet marketing in today's time. I mean, you got to be able to do this. You got to be able to not sit up and woe is me, ain't nobody coming to talk to me. Go make something happen. You got to get really good with learning how to leverage your people, your time. To be one of the wealth creation principles is asset leveraging. Learning how to leverage other people's time, education, leadership, and money. You got to learn how to handle more than one situation at a time. That's going to what leads you to success. In my office, at any given day, I have 4 or 5 people in here doing 4 or 5 different things. And hey, get this. I'm leveraging. I got that from my mother as a very young person. I realized I'm not going to be everything to everybody. I require some assistance, but I'm only going to require quality assistance to be in my environment. Not just anybody, somebody. If you don't serve a purpose to bring value to my life because I know what I'm giving you, then kick rock and flip-flop. That's the attitude I want you to get. Mental toughness. Don't get overwhelmed. The key to this is to take it a breath in a day at a time. So, you got to breathe in. Take a deep breath when it gets tough. And let the anxiety breathe from your diaphragm in here and just breathe a few times. See, because when you let go of this anxiety, you can step into pleasure. See, I like having fun. If it ain't fun, I ain't doing it. In your past, it has no bearing on where you are right here. And there's no bearing on your future. See, most people living in their past, they right here in the future, but they can't focus. They right here in the present, but they can't focus on their future. Your focus is what gets you results. And what gets you results is the skills, the habits, and the mindset to learn and the simple disciplines of asking questions and the sequence of teaching people to get to the end result. When I'm talking to people, I got a motive on why I'm talking to you. See, when you get on this training, you're going to learn this sequencing. And learning how to close sales and developing a culture and creating culture within your organization. By creating leverage, it will bring you wealth. Because wealth is created, it's not allocated. Wealth creates assets, multiple streams of income. I'm telling you, when you get this thing right, your assets will continue to come in from different streams. And then your liabilities will start to go away. Your pockets will start changing. Your bank account will change. If you continue to focus on the past, then the past is where you will end up. If you think about all the things that went wrong with you in your life, then you're going to start procrastinating. Well, what had happened last time I did this? Somebody came up last time. If you give up on love, all men are sorry. All women ain't. See, just because you had one bad man and one bad woman ain't got nothing to do. Give love another chance. Because, see, I've been married 3 times. And I deserve my husband. Sometimes he comes home and be like, people can't believe I'm married. I said, they got a twisted bill. I don't believe that I got you because I finally got the person that deserves me. Out of the other 2 bootleg, broke dick, raggedy people that was in my life, I deserve to have you because I get my feet rubbed every night. And I don't care what people say, well, y'all don't look like y'all go together. Well, you don't look like you go with me either. So kick rock. Because I know when I go in that room and off them webinars, Bill rubbed my feet. And he put up with my foolishness. He put up, I'm going out of town, doing I'm spending this money, I get his brother in. Go ahead, baby, do you. I stayed single for 7 years last time I was in network marketing because I didn't feel like nobody deserved me. You're not going to give with me for 2-3 weeks and then you're going to sign up in business. This ain't getting no coochie for no business. I had a lady tell me in one setting, she said the word, what if to me? What if this goes wrong? What if my family don't like it? What if my friends? What if this? She said this joke. This joker said this to me about 8 times. And I turned around and said it to her, gave her 8 reasons why it could work. Get on out of here and quit let people tell you bootleg stuff. When you think of the results now, and you living in the now, it's going to change your energy. Your energy is your frequency. This is from the movie called The Secret. When you get your energy changed and change your frequency, then you telepathically, your message and what you're sending out to people, you're conveying by the way you talk, by the way you write, by the way you walk, by the way you communicate people with verbally. If y'all was at that Black Hair Expo and me and Will and them, we was walking up and dancing, that was the energy I was giving up. And I had people say, a lady walked to me, I walked up to her booth, she said, you were at the Black Hair Expo, you went to everybody's booth with mine. I said, I'm sorry, babe, what's your name? And I got on the webinar. See, there are certain words that, that my kids not even allowed to say to me. Words such as I can't, I need, I want, I'll try, I might. Get on out of here when people tell me that crap because that means they really ain't going to do it. All these words are words that I'm considering disempowering words. Now, on the other hand, they're allowed to live In the moment, you gotta be able to live in the moment and use empowering words such as I can, I will, I am, I'm doing. The most important time in your life is now. What's happening right now? You have to learn how to. You take calculated risks. You must not always succeed. You may not always succeed at them, but take the risk anyway. Claim that 2014 is your year. Stay in the now and in the moment. Now, I'm talking about TNT today, not tomorrow. Tonight, not tomorrow, because the most important 90 days of the year are the most important ones is the first 90 days of the year. Learn to catch up on the emails at the night, during the day and not at night, because at night your brain gonna be stimulated. You have to do some of the situations you want to do late at night that your leg work. That's why I changed my schedule with doing business, because I got to give me some me time. You have to have discipline in order to create wealth. You can do it. You can do a 3-way calls on your breaks at work. You can be doing, say, I'm going to dedicate 3 people a day to get them in front of my information. You got to be able to have dedicated time to be a professional. This is where the game begins to change people. Most people are afraid or never call leads or not enough to become a professional. They scared to get on the freaking phone. Watch that movie, The Wolf of Wall Street. They teach you better be on that freaking phone. And that's a true story. You got to be skilled about mastering the questions you ask and do it over and over again. The more you understand the cause and effect, the more you're likely to be able to get and let go of what does not serve you, or who does not serve you for that matter. When you become aware of this, it gives you a new opportunity to let go. You cannot let go if you stay in denial or in denial. If you keep setting goals and failing to reach them, it's obvious you are addicted to disappointment. You have to get real and get honest that your daily habits really just suck. Own it, say this is what's happening, and then do something about it. Your habits make or break you. Human beings are so predictable. The more you realize how predictable human beings are, the more you'll understand they do what they do and how they do it. Good habits will reward you, and bad habits will not reward you. You will start to develop the habit to become disciplined. That's when you start to develop the habits to become disciplined, that's when you create an auto-suggestion. What I call suggest reflex comes with practicing good habits. That means 10,000 hours of habits, doing the same thing over and over again. That's why I've been doing the same thing 15 years. This comes from a book called Blink, Get It, from the great Malcolm Gladwell. Blink. It's a great book. This is no myth to achieving, there's no myth to achieving your goals. Your goals are the DNA of your soul and are achieved by the hard work and self-discipline over and over again over a period of time. You can have long-term goals or short-term goals, but they both are reached by this, the compounding effect. This is when the law of discipline takes effect. Habits, mindset, and skill set come together, which will take results. You'll start seeing the results. Your mindset must be unwaverable. No one is perfect. Everyone gets an occasional headache, but if you live in a headache or in that cold, or chances are you're going to keep it because you're going to keep focusing on it. I got this problem. I got that here. Your self-talk is what led you to the results. It's your self-talk will lead you to your results or will lead you to procrastination. Your words are your law. The more you start to master your emotions, your emotional state, the more you are in the present tense. The more you say, I am, and I will. It creates a different type of power. People are seeking the power you possess. When you are in power, you are empowered. When you are in your power, you are empowered. When you are in your power, you are empowered. When you are empowered, that means EM means I am. I am. I am doing it. It is working. I have an emotional characteristic that people feel within me, and it's called charisma. You don't have to be the life of the party, but you have to be very clear, not with an intention, but with your commitment. Intentions are intended. That is not what I'm looking for. And when I'm doing my business, I'm in the state of looking for someone, deserving someone to commit to taking the journey with me. When someone says, let me run this by my husband or my wife, this is what I say to them. Okay, I can appreciate you saying that with me. But let me ask you this. Wouldn't your husband or wife appreciate you saving them without having to ask them $500 to $1,000 a month without their permission? I'm just saying. See, sometimes in your life you have to learn how to be seducible. Sometimes once you have to learn how not to be seducible, you must learn how to confront people's excuses or what I call a well-rehearsed lie or an objection to tell you no, instead of just saying, no, I don't want to join. your enterprise or on the low, they just saying, oh, I got to run it by somebody. No, you don't. You mean tell me you got to ask your husband to give y'all $500 or your wife? Uh-huh. That means you must learn how to overcome objections if you ever want to be successful in direct sales. You have to confront people because you care enough about your check as well as their taxes that they don't even realize that they're giving the government monthly in order to confront their objections. That means you have to overcome people's objections. Yeah. When they say, yeah, you say yes or no. I'll get back with you that crap when, today or tomorrow, what time I say. See, I'm guiding them. They ain't guiding me. This is my show. Most of the people who tell you they'll get back with you, most of the people who tell you you get back with them after the first are the ones who don't have the money. The ones who see the opportunity are the opportunists. The ones who don't see an opportunity are usually skeptics, or the ones who don't, they got decision phobia. They can't make decisions. They use the next year, next month to avoid the situation. You got to learn how to confront people by asking them questions. You be the question answer. Your objection is not to beat people up, or to be rude to them. I'm not rude to them. I just call them on it. But you must be clear on how predictable people are. The more you understand people predictability, the more you will let go. Because you are after people and not a person. It's a numbers game, not just a better way of, just learn a better way of approaching them at a different time. Because at the time you approach them, it may not be their time. If you have a vision of your future, and you will go through it, if you have a vision of your future, you go through a lot of situations that aren't favorable. You must be able to go through it, even if it's perceived to be painful or hard. You can't go around it. You can't go above it. You got to go through it. And that's biblically. Because this is all part of the process, the learning. If you have to have pain before you can start, now you're gonna have an excuse to procrastinate. Oh, it's too hard. Working out is too hard. I went to CrossFit, my freaking back hurt, my knees hurt. But looking in that mirror, that big fat greasy 2 slabs of fat in your side is painful too. Make a decision which one you want. Your belief of certainty must be rock solid. It must be deep within your every being and every fiber within your soul. You can't have a solid belief when you live in indecision, not decision, indecision. When you can't commit, when you have a commitment, when you have commitment issues, you talk to people about commitment issues, especially when you have doubt. Doubt is the space between fear and faith. You've got to have faith and take it a day at a time, inch by inch, yard by yard. It's that emotional discipline that you got to have. When I hear people say to me, I don't know how I'm going to get through the year. Well, the year isn't important. The day is the important issue because you're in the now and the moment today. You're looking too far ahead. When I talk to people about building their business and helping them, well, that's too much to learn. I didn't say you had to do it all day. That's why I'm only just started up your YouTube channel. Because if your life was laid out in front of you all at one time, you would get overwhelmed. It's called analysis and paralysis. You're going to end up doing nothing. If the universe and God laid your life out all to you at one time, you're going to end up doing nothing because if you saw your whole life, you're going to be like, I don't want to go through that. That's why you take it a day at a time, but you got to take the first step. When you know now that you know you are in the present, the more you stay right there in the present, the stronger you're going to be, and then you will attract the right people that you're required to collaborate with to change your bank statement. Here's what's required in order for you to achieve your goals. If you are in a leveraged business, you got to have a business partner. You're required to have someone with influence, someone who's willing to go to the well with you, to go that extra mile, somebody be in a foxhole with you, someone who has a goal bigger than their problems. You require someone who can sell the dream. You have to learn how to ask questions, shut up, produce, and stop talking. It baffles me when I hear people say to me, I want to go out and talk to people. That's the recipe for disaster. And you ain't going to never achieve no goal because all you're doing is just talking to somebody. Now, if you say, I'm going to go out in a 2-hour increment and get 25 leads that are qualified, now you got to go. Y'all get that? But your goals must be clear. The way you write and speak, and that determines your goals. If you achieve the goal, that's going to determine it. If you aren't clear on the goal that you're going to write up in here that I gave you, then you won't achieve it. Only the business does not get you freedom. It gives you the opportunity to be self-employed. Only the business gives you the opportunity not to have a job. That's what having a business does. When you have a C corporation or LLC, it gives you an employee ID number, EIN number. It's an equivalent to having a social security, except it's attached to your enterprise. Owning a business means you are the president and CEO, the shareholder, the stockholder. You are the sole proprietor of that business in your partnership. That's what owning a business gives you. The opportunity to have an EIN, an employee ID number, the opportunity to have a bank account, the freedom that only comes when someone else has the courage to go after it. Courage is a quality that never goes out of fashion. There's always a market for it. Owning a business means you are the president and CEO, the shareholder, the stockholder. You are the sole proprietor of that business, and that number one person is you, your partnership. That's owning a business that gives you. That's what it gives you, the freedom, the opportunity to have an EIN number, the opportunity to have a bank account. The freedom only comes when someone has the courage to go after it. Courage is quality that never goes out of fashion. There's always a market for it. You must learn how to lead by example. You cannot ask somebody, you cannot ask someone to do what you're not willing to do. That's not leading by example. That's leading by a bad example. When you get disappointed by your teammates, the disappointment is really on yourself. You have to learn to meet people where they are. Prime example, my sister. She said, I'm only going to buy from tomorrow, and I want this Max and stuff like you was beating me up and stressing me for and all this stuff. I said, baby, buy what you buy. Do what you do. Because if I had the pressure, I'd have lost it. Meet them where they are. Don't ever expect someone to do what you're not willing to do. Learn this skill set. Learn this key skill. Watch what people do and what they say. When they start talking to you, if you're left-handed, lean forward with your right shoulder. If you're right-handed, when they're talking, lean forward with your left shoulder. That will allow you to engage and really listening to what they're saying to you subconsciously. What they're saying with their mouth don't matter. Lean forward and feel what they're really saying. That's going to be the truth and which way they're going to go with your business. No one who has discipline and says and exactly, what they're supposed to say and do. They're not. So pay attention to what people are doing versus what they're saying. Watch their body language, their body movement, because that's the type of person you want to collaborate with. If you ask somebody a question, they say, yeah, they ain't serious. You say yes. If you ask the person, how are you doing? When people ask me how I'm doing fantastic. How are you? When people say I'm good, you don't want to talk about somebody doing good. That's a typical knee-jerk response. When they ask you, say, I'm doing fantastic, incredible. Use your own self-empowering words, and then they're going to be taken by you because that's the energy you're going to give off of them. I'm fantastic. How are you? When I call people for business, they ask me how I'm doing. I'm incredible. What's your name? They're like, damn, it's only 8 o'clock in the morning. I ask people, what have you accomplished? When I ask you, what have you done for yourself today or last night, within the last 2 weeks? People don't master the fundamentals. The fundamentals means that you must learn how to prospect. If you can't prospect, you will not make it in direct sale in this business. It will not happen. And it's not just enrolling people. You must learn the keyword, recruit and train. And not only recruit, and not you don't only just recruit, you must recruit and be a producer. Producers get results. Building, stand on the phone, training your team, get in their butt. You must either recruit, a producer, or develop one. It doesn't matter how it happens. It just got to happen. You're only looking for 10% because only 10% of the people in your downline are going to do something. 3% are going to get it. So I got a lot of people in my business. The 10% only going to make it. The 3%, because in the military, everybody can't be a sergeant major. Everybody can't be a first sergeant. Everybody can't be a general. You're going to have the people that come in basic. They end up being kicked out, came fired with the weapon. They come out with medical injuries. See, only 3% make it in the top tier in the military. Only so many people going to make it to the top. Because a person has, you got to get someone who has a goal bigger than their problems. Because a person who has a big goal, has a goal bigger than their problems, will do whatever is required, no matter what the circumstances are. And they ain't not get in the way to achieve their goals. The reason you are in business and the reason you are in marketing is what your marketing is because a part of our society is delusion on what, and they've been delusional. You've got to have a job. Many people do not get the recognition they require or deserve at a job. That's why they get in business. They're dissatisfied with their present location. Many of the people you're going to converse with or come in contact with have financial issues or health issues, one or the other. Most of the society have liability debt issues, money issues. Someone may want to send, their kids to an Ivy League college and pay for their college. Many people want to pay off a debt or go to school. The question you must ask and revolve around is those 3 questions. What's going on? Find out what their needs are and meet their needs, what they desire. Come into their world. And that's how you learn how to get a person to follow you, but find out what's driving them. When you start to become a master closer, That's what will get you the goals. I get off my webinars immediately. Call my people. Boom. Give me 3 things you liked about what you heard. I'm to the point, concise. When you are a master asker, write that down, y'all. Master asker. That is what will lead you to your goals. You may be a master enroller, but that doesn't mean you will get your goals, because eventually you have to be a master leading by example. You must learn that leadership is influence in the key skills you will master by living it. John C. Maxwell books will give you a good insight on how to become a great leader. John C. Maxwell, 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Read that book, John C. Maxwell. Give yourself some time to you at night. Decompress. When I get in my room, I don't want to talk business. I tell my husband, ask me stuff, Billy, you better get on the videos, because I'm decompressing. I'm already wound up and I'm giving them webinars. Evaluate daily. You got to lead by example. I lead by example. I lead from the front. The scenery never changes if you ain't the leadership. He ain't the leader. If you ain't the lead dog, leadership is action, not position. I don't ask no one to do anything, nothing that I haven't done or can't do, because I know what it's going to take to get to the LOP, the land of promise. Evaluate daily what you did. Lead by example. Are you devoted the proper time to your goals? Are you willing to pay the price? Will you do what is required to live the good life? Then do it. You got to put 8 hours to fate hours. You got to put in 8 to your fate hours. You put 24 hours in a day. You got 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours of your job. What you going to do with the 8 hours? Put it in your fate and your business and you. So sleeping ain't nothing but a waste of time, I tell people. I got to sleep because you got to stay healthy. Eating is a waste of time. And there's one more thing. I believe sex is a waste of time. That don't last for about 5 minutes. You have to be able to do some of the things, that you're not willing to do to get where you want to go. You may have to put down that remote control. You may, people, they put in double time at their job. I see a lot of people work 40, 50, 60, 70 hours a week, and they devote a half an hour, 2 hours to their business and expect to make $1 million. All of a sudden, it's around July, and they wonder why they haven't ranked it or made advance or got promoted and made their first $1,000. You have to eliminate these words and people who use these words. I thought I'd further be alone by now. I woulda, coulda, shoulda. The business hasn't been taken off of me. Business don't have wings. Business ain't got no wings. This business ain't taking off. You better spread your own wings and fly away. You have to get out of your head and get to reality. Lead and do what is required. You have to do what is uncomfortable sometimes. That's how you get great at what you do. You have to call enough leads to develop lead chemistry. You learn why people do and say what they say. You let people go quickly. Release them to the universe, and they say the stupid stuff to you. Love them and release them. You don't pay attention to the people who don't give you what you deserve. Say thanks and then go to the next phone call. You better have more leads than time. It doesn't matter who you call, but you better develop this discipline to call leads. Watch that movie, Wolf of Wall Street. This is how you get good at it, incredible at it. I have mastered how to create leads, and I'm continuing to learn as I grow. Kate came up here with some stuff today. It don't mean I know everything just because I'm leading y'all. I learn from my kids, my old man, my friends. I'm humble. If you want to live your dream, it comes down to this. Leads, qualifying the leads, scheduling the leads, closing the leads, and selling and developing the culture. If you want to live your dream, it comes down to this. Leads, qualifying the leads, scheduling the leads, closing the sale, and developing the culture. Our culture is our mindset. This is a network marketing company or direct sales tool. If you want to be successful in real estate, you must have real estate skills, contracting skills, how to fix and put up a house. I did it as a mortgage broker. As a mortgage broker, I show people how you can free money up in your paycheck, buy a house with me, or refinance with me. This is a skill set. You got to work on that in the press. I did that and made over 6 figures during a recession because I had a skill set. I had something that somebody else didn't have to bring value to their life. Once you get in your business, you get your few years under your belt. Now you start creating your product, like Janita and Will got products, like I got CNT. And see, you become a superstar. You learn to watch other superstar network marketers and watch what they're doing. Invest in yourself. Invest in coaching seminar and coaching somebody to coach you. I charge people $1,000 for 4 1-hour coaching sessions, seminars, rallies, conventions, books, CDs. Get on Jeffrey Combs. Get on goldenmastermind.com. Do some self-development. It's a privilege to be an entrepreneur. If you want freedom, you have all of 2014 to do it. When it comes to game time, the better you show up and not just show time, you got to show up to show out. Success isn't as glamorous as people think it is. Success is simple. It's a simple discipline, one day at a time. And it's unequivocally worth it. I promise you. It's all worth it, because when it comes down to the time you spend in this 10-foot office that I'm in, your office, your sanctuary, your room, or wherever, you got to know how to do that AIC, get your ass in that chair. Sometimes 2014, if you turn this hard work, it's a privilege. It's not difficult. It's just new to you. Just because it's new to you don't mean it's gonna get better. It's just new to you. It's hard. Oh, I don't want to pick up the phone, call nobody. You didn't pull off anything. You must master the difficulty of discipline. You got to master it. You have to learn how to be relaxed, very relaxed presence when you don't get overwhelmed. You have to change your self-talk. Change your self-talk, and you produce results, because it's what you get paid for. It's what you think about in here. The 6 inches between your temple is your brain. Wow. I think I've said enough when it comes to goal setting, folks. I emailed everybody a goal set sheet, and now it's your job to get serious about getting engaged in 2014, going into the second quarter, and begin to put some sweat equity into your business in order to see the fruit of your labor. I'm going to open up the lines if anybody wants to say anything. We are done with our training.
Thank you, Sanna, for the information. Appreciate it.